Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, the makeup is a hell of a lot today. There was a reason for it. It's currently the 30th of October, me recording this, and we were having a little trick-or-treat activity for the kids of the international families that live here. So I put my face on in orange. I don't know if you can see this, but generally speaking, I can't go back any further, sorry, it's because of the wall. Jesus, almost everything nearly took a tumble. But anyway, I'm a little bit overdone because they were coming, so I just kind of got into the groove of it. Shantel has returned to us from wherever she's been over the last few days, and she's in Canada. Now, her live stream was about 3 hours long, and I ain't doing that to myself right now, right after work, and I didn't want to wait 3 hours before I started recording, so I won't get this up. I did listen in with Pulpy. Sorry, my voice is a little bit hoarse because we're post-school. I did listen in with Pulpy, and I have watched Barbecue Chillins Cut Down, which is what we're using today. I'm quite excited for Canada Arc. I know we can't really expect anything interesting because it's Shantel, but I feel like it's a change. It may not last long, but for now it's appreciated.
Well, I'm bald. You guessed it.
I was a little bit surprised, and I shouldn't have been, but I was a little bit that she went balls to the wall and taking the hijab off day one. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it would have come off either way, but I was actually surprised. It also shows you her priorities, because if you think about this, Shantel is in a hotel right now. She says in a little bit she's been back for a few hours maybe. Yet in that time, she's obviously had time to box dye her hair and have a shower, so that's where her priorities were. She literally could not wait to rip it off her head. I was also a little bit surprised that her hair is as long as it is. Now, obviously, this is an old trick she used to do when she was wearing wigs for her different things. She used to cut the head of it off so you couldn't see it. So we don't yet know the extent of what's going on there. I listened in mostly when I was catching up with everything, so I haven't seen a lot of this face to face. This is going to be a very unpopular opinion. But as far as Shantel looks the way Shantel looks, I think she looks alright here. I know this is like potato quality and she's still filtered to high heavens, but she looks so much more natural here than she has done previously. And I realise that's a little bit laughable when, filters and hair fibres and all the rest of it. But you know me, you know I have my own hair struggles. I would never make fun of her for wearing a wig or using hair fibres. Speaking of my wig, this piece of it was just not cooperating today. Anyway, maybe it is just because we're used to seeing her in the hijab, but I much prefer her like this.
Sorry, I'm just really overwhelmed. I literally just showered and I'm going to be playing with my hair a lot because I'm not used to even I'm so relaxed. I'm freaking out. Freaking out. This is crazy. What I have just been through, the past. Whew.
She's done this trip before, by the way. 30 hours is a long trip, but she's done it before. She knew what to expect from it.
My hair looks pretty, no? Look, I have a bit of hair fibers in. It's really thin.
It does seem like, I know the screen's small. It does seem like she's had some problem getting that front bit regrown. She used to have a really deep widow's peak there. And actually, the way she's angled this, you can see kind of the point of it right there, but then the rest of it is sort of coming away. So I think she's relying really heavily on the fibers for that part. I think we had this conversation before when she was exploring wigs and things, but she would do really well with a topper because she could blend it into the hair she had, but it would give her the front. But then remembering how she used to treat her wigs, I suppose it wouldn't help. I do also think she should go for a softer colour. I don't necessarily think blonde, we've seen that, but a softer brown would help to soften those harsh lines. But I think perhaps she stays with this colour because of the hair fibres, because I guess black on black is just more of an easy hide, or at least she thinks it is. I don't know what other colours they would come in.
On my top, I have the worst. I'm telling you, it's thinner because it gets really matted just from wearing the hijab for a short period of time. Yeah. Hi everybody.
I wouldn't blame the hijab on that because I live where a lot of people wear the hijab and they don't have that problem. But I do think it's been 3 years since she went off on this adventure, given her age, given the fact that she hasn't been on her hormone replacement therapy, and all the other things that should have come around her artificially going into menopause after her surgery. Everything she's dealing with health-wise is only going to make the hormonal imbalances she deals with worse. So it wouldn't surprise me if in the last 3 years she had seen a more pronounced loss, but then we hadn't seen it because she'd been covering it up. And she hadn't had to deal with it.
Day 1 hijab is off.
Yeah, you went for it.
I was mostly wearing, actually, okay, the beginning when I first put it on, I really didn't mind. And I'm going to put my hair up because
I didn't mind isn't quite, I have this belief, is it?
we got nashies on the way.
Doesn't shock me.
Yeah, I ordered a wig. So I'm just going to have a bit of my med.
I missed that last time. I loved Wig Era. I wonder where she ordered it from. Something to look forward to.
My inhaler.
That's...
I know you're probably thinking, what a fake Muslim. Okay.
No, I was thinking, why on earth would you vape as you literally choke the life out of yourself? Especially as she said numerous times, oh no, I can give up smoking anytime I want. It's never been a problem for me. I was listening along with Pulpy, like I say, and Barbecue Chillin has done us a favour and not made us watch the entire choking session, but it was longer.
First of all, when it comes to religion, I'm just going to flat out say, so I'm back in Canada, I literally just got,
I love that I got off there.
back not that long ago, like maybe a few hours if that. Had a shower, blah, blah, blah. Messaged family and that, they're all like wondering about me. So got to the Montreal airport. So basically, I'm divorced. So I'm divorced. Okay, first thing about religion.
Even if that look doesn't remain on my face, know that it's happening internally.
This is why I don't like the vape, because my mind is scattered. I believe in God. God is in my...
Her mind is scattered because she's high, or she's on the way to getting high. Now, I think it's absolutely fine to have a vague idea that you believe there is some kind of higher power out there, and not really to have that finalized into some kind of crystallization of religion. I don't have a problem with that at all. Whether it's my belief, whether it's not my belief, I don't care. Foodie converted to another religion. And not only did she do that, she made a real point of judging everyone else super hard and railing at everybody anytime they dared to criticize her. She did not have to go into I am a Muslim so quickly. She did it because she wanted to escape from Canada and she wanted a new personality for a while. She just plays these characters and then can't maintain them.
My heart, God got me through this whole effing trip. Every time before I did something, I said, in the name of God, which is Bismillah or Yaba.
Okay, so if God is so important to you, why every time she's been sick and she's just been praying and begging God for another chance, has she never done anything about it? Why does she act the way she does under the parameters of the religion she was claiming to follow? Again, it's fine if she wants to leave that religion. I mean, I don't know if it is to the people of the religion, but I don't imagine the way she was living with the hijab was particularly recommending her. But her just making these excuses like someone had a gun to her head? No, you made your choices.
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe in a lot of things about Islam, like a lot. I believe in things from every religion though. Every religion to me has I'm so confused and agnostic.
Please, Shantel, tell us about the other religion. Tell us about every religion, because you're clearly well versed.
The only thing I know when it comes to God is I believe in God. When it comes to religion, I'm confused. And I feel yes, I probably did jump into it and take the Shahada too quick.
Oh, yeah.
But it was also a lot of cultural pressure. And it was pressure from Salah, even though he didn't okay, basically we're divorced because and I'm not talking bad about him. I don't want any bad talk about him, please, thank you, because I still love him. We love each other. The divorce was...
She is so shifty-eyed in this.
Fucking horrible. Horrible. The most hardest, disgusting thing I've ever done in my life. I was
she does talk about this. I don't know if I believe her. Where I think I landed on the whole thing was I believe they had some kind of temporary contract and maybe she had to sign something to dissolve that. I don't believe they were in any kind of non-religious marriage. I don't believe they were part of anything that would stand up to immigration, should she want to do anything with that. But we'll let her talk about it and we'll get back to that.
But I don't believe that you have to wear a hijab to be Muslim or believe in God. I don't think you're going to burn in hell for having nails. But it's also cultural. Like, the culture in Syria with religion goes hand. You hear the prayer on the loudspeaker.
People don't get their nails done because they believe it means that when they wash for prayer, it's not getting into the bed of your nail and therefore you're not clean for God. That's not cultural, that's religious. Now, there are people all over the world that would consider themselves of a religion that practice it and follow it to different degrees, certainly. Foodie is known for liking to cherry pick ideas when it suits her, but I would not consider her practicing anything.
You know? So, I mean, for him, I feel so bad for him because
I do,
he
but
is
probably
so
for
confused as
different
well.
reasons.
And I have this whole time remembering he's human.
What?
And he's gone through...
I'm assuming that was her phone. Or her bell or something.
Like, he was raised so strict. And he just, like, also has so many expectations from all his family. His family's wonderful people. They threw me a party. Like, they were crying. They're sad to see me go. I was crying.
I just got this image of tears of joy. Which I know is shady of me. They threw me a party because they were so sad, really. They're just thankful you were finally gone.
Like, I did so much. Like, Salah and I, the last night we spent together, we woke up and the couch above us was covered in tissue. Like, I've never seen him bawl. And, like, we were both bawling because, like...
There are some very shady things we could say about couches and tissues when it comes to Salah. There was some discussion about this, though. I believe she had said that she was going to stay at his family's house the night she left because I guess they were closer to the airport, I suppose. So probably what's happened there is they've got some kind of something to sleep on in the main room because they don't have a bedroom there. And so when she says the couch above them, they were probably staying in the living room.
It's a hard change to go through. It's not just like, you're not just like one day, just like, you don't spend 3 years together as a married couple, building memories in a life, to just, oh, whatever, c'est la vie. You know, like,
real marriages where there's some degree of feeling, yeah. I have a feeling their relationship was a lot more practically based, which makes it a bit easier. The fact that they seemed actively uncomfortable with each other's presence makes me think there weren't any real deep ties here.
you don't do that. You know what I mean? I couldn't, and I didn't think I would cry, but I couldn't control it. So I'm going to do a vlog where they made like traditional Syrian food and desserts for me, and listening to music, shisha, you know, their usual.
Mm-hmm.
And I slept over at families before leaving the next day for my trip. And
yeah.
I thought,
Okay.
I really want to
That's what I thought she had done.
spend one last comfortable, I want a good night's sleep. I'm going to be traveling 30 hours, and I want to see Julia. Like, honestly, it's just tough. You know how I feel I love Julia so much. And so, yeah. And then so anyways, but I just, at the end of the day, maybe it took me 3 years to realize this, but I was always confused. I was always confused a little bit. And God bless them.
When you refuse to learn even the basics of the religion that you're claiming to live by, it can get confusing. Foodie presumed she'd become devout through osmosis.
It's a completely different culture, and that's okay. It's not his is wrong, mine is right, his is wrong. It just is what it is. It's one of those things that fucking suck, and you can't do anything about it. And I think he's like...
You could have been more adaptable before you moved your entire life to Syria. You could have taken the changes you claimed you were taking seriously, actually seriously. You could have had a conversation with him discussing these things before shipping yourself off to Kuwait. Could have actually gotten to know each other, could have had lessons in the religion, could have got to know the community locally before you moved somewhere more strict. There are lots of things you could have done that could have changed the situation, but because you're you never would.
Refused to. And so anyways, he sent me a picture today of the little card with the potato face. Why did you forget to take this with you? He's so funny. Anyway,
She's got her own. She doesn't need the card.
he was really a solid rock in a lot of ways for me that you guys don't realize. Honestly, I don't have my...
He was very helpful to her. He was less reliable in other ways, shall we say.
head screwed on right most of the time. He would find things for me that I would always lose. You know, he would just do everything that I can't do, in my personality. So anyway, and I would bring out
Your physicality.
the silly side that he never was always taught to suppress in a way, you know? So anyway, the day that I'm leaving for the airport, I got no sleep. We were this party lasted till 2 a.m. and...
The no sleep thing, right? Remember the story she told about how she passed out at the airport, which is all bullshit? And she was like, next time I have to take it really seriously. You know, I hadn't slept. I took insulin at a bad time, da 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 da. Oh, okay, so you just stayed up all night. Yeah, no problem, no worries.
The kids were awake at 7 screaming. So I'm just I gotta go sleep, okay. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's someone else's house.
The next day, I wasn't expecting this. We're in the room having breakfast, and he comes in with some papers, and he's like, we talked about we're going to divorce. And I knew we were going to divorce. Like, it was inevitable this was happening.
But she's real pissed off about it.
Just shocking seeing the papers and pen and a couple of his family members around. And I'm just like, were you guys like conspiring behind my back to make these papers?
Oh, that wasn't me, that was her. Okay, the papers. Again, here is where I stand. It sounds like the tantrum would have been real because the tantrum is nuts. And it's exactly the way that Foodie thinks. The moment something unexpected happens, even if it was kind of expected, but doesn't happen on the exact timeline she thinks it will, she thinks she's being conspired against. So in that regard, I feel like she may have signed something. However, I don't believe it would have been divorce papers. Like, how would they do that? If she got married in Kuwait, how would he have those divorce papers?
Hey teacups, editing milk here. So I had a quick look around when I was editing this, because I do talk in a little minute about how I should look this up first. I'm going to put a few links to different divorce procedures down in my description box, but it seems to be, for a real marriage, it seems to be quite the process. It has to involve counselling from the participants, and really isn't something she could just do by signing something off from Syria, which is not a surprise, but I just thought I'd let you know. Links below.
Because their Kuwaiti contract wouldn't have been recognised in Syria, there had been no mention of having any kind of Syrian religious marriage in the meantime. But if it was something reasonably routine, like, hey, we have a contract that we're dissolving, then I guess he could have downloaded that from like the Kuwaiti site or something and gotten it printed somewhere. And then who knows, maybe he can send it and his family can deal with it. Maybe he doesn't need to do it in person. Maybe he's got a way to do that. It occurs to me, actually, I should probably look up the process, but it's right after work and I didn't think about it before now. But I feel like if it had been a fully recognised marriage, the process for it would have been a bit longer.
Oh my god. I can go outside and not have to cover myself. Anyways, he shows me the paper. I use Translate to see like what exactly it said, right? So
again, another thing I don't believe. I think she would have just taken his word for it.
They had to be witnesses, but of course his family's very influential in his life there. It's so different from Kuwait. So all of a sudden this like rage and hurt came over me. I don't know.
So she is literally within the next 12 hours or whatever gonna be leaving him, she says, forever, with the intent of divorce, like not coming back, and she is rage-filled, not angry, not hurt, not a little shocked because it finally feels real, even though she knew it was coming, which might be in some ways a little understandable because there's a difference between like an abstract idea and actually being faced with something, but is filled with rage and starts accusing his family of what? Conspiring against her. God, you paranoid little coconut.
Why, but I was so hurt that like it was shocking to me signing the paper. So I said, he was doing like the signing his, I said, oh, it's Surah, like hurry up, in like Arabic, and so like his family was shocked. Like I freak out like that sometimes.
Yeah, his family was shocked. What the hell is wrong with you? You literally agreed to this. And you're being very rude.
And I can't help it. I'll lose my mind if I stay there. Like, I can't.
It's not Syria that was making you rage. It was you. It was you being presented with something that wasn't done exactly to your specifications because you weren't expecting to not have the choice to go back on this. She was hoping to keep just like a single hook in him, just in case. It was sort of, weirdly, her safety net. But no, now she's actually got to face Canada and doesn't just have an immediate back door.
So, I sign the paper. I go outside, I get up and I just go outside and slam the door. His aunt and
in someone else's house.
And they're like, what's wrong, you know? Like, and
I thought they couldn't speak English, but what's wrong? Dude. Now, the only thing I would say, perhaps, but I don't think this would have made a difference to her because I think the underlying problem was she intended to maybe not sign anything. She intended to go out and just be like, okay, that doesn't matter. So if she ever changed her mind, she would call and be like, I really think we can make it work. So knowing that she tends to have big mood swings, Salah could have just caught her herself and been like, hey, I know we talked about this. I've got the papers. There do need to be 2 witnesses. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up before I bring the family in. Because I think it's best we sort this now. I think she would still lose it in that situation, but then, like, as unreasonable as this is, I think you would have done everything you could have done at that point. But nah, she must be a real peach to live with. When you consider these things, that she tells these stories like it's completely normal, how exhausting she must be.
Like in Arabic, and I'm just like, when Salah? Like, when means where in Arabic, so I'm like, where's Salah? He comes out and he's like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, take me to the airport now. Like, open the car door. Open it! So
don't talk to me! In front of his family. Like, the family that have fed her, housed her, thrown a party for her, and she just losing her shit in front of them, screaming at her husband to get her in the car. Like, good riddance to bad rubbish. I bet not one of them is sorry to see the back of you. I think this is harder for her, like I said, because there were witnesses. Because I think in her head there was a little part of this kind of image she inflates around herself that the family really do love me because I'm a really nice person, and they realise, and and it just punctures that when she's faced with them knowing all the details, because she knows that she doesn't come off well in a lot of situations, and she likes to pretend no, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, he let me in, and then anyway, he's like, why are you so upset? Like, I don't
Yeah, because you're nuts.
I don't know what it was. Yeah.
Because it's now outside of your control. That's what it was.
He's like, did you want to stay married or something? We talked about this. And I was like, no. Because basically, like, he will not be married to a non-hijabi. Like, he just won't do it. I don't know.
You're also a terrible person to be married to. Any advantage in him marrying a Canadian and all the potential things that could come with that for him are not possible with you. Any potential of marrying anyone in terms of building a life, building a family, building a relationship, you have made impossible for him, because Shantel is not the person to do that with. And I would argue potentially Salah isn't either. And I would argue that Salah isn't either to anyone who's got other choices, but I mean, he's got a house, he's set up, he's probably quite the catch in Syria. Given that I don't think there was any feeling between them, it is shocking that she would react emotionally. And he's like, dude, we talked about this. There's no feeling. Why would you get upset about this? It's because she never intended to do it.
And I'm gonna be myself. Like, I need to be myself.
Yeah, but yourself is terrible. The problem is that herself is rude and entitled and abrasive, and she can't hide it well.
I'm trying to explain these things to you, but I can't.
Yeah, because you know you come off terribly.
He was already prepared. Right, teardrops, what makes you think?
You were leaving. Someone in Pulpy Chat made a point, and I was like, oh yeah. Like, we didn't really believe the airport thing had happened before, but if it had really happened, if the plan had been for her to go, he would have been prepared before, and we didn't hear this before.
But he told me he was going to do this.
Yeah.
But it was shocking when it happened. I was just like, wow, it's really done. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
And it does feel done. It does.
I was shocked that he did exactly what he told me beforehand he was going to do, that I agreed to. Let me scream at you in front of your family.
So he should have warned you. Yeah. He kind of did, but not enough, I guess. How I knew it was over, I can't go at the same time.
Brain?
Back and forth for 3 years, I go through these spurts where I go back to Canada, come back, go back to Canada, come back, because I'm so confused about myself. Like, I like a tug of war,
And now someone's let go of the other end, and she doesn't like that. She got exactly what she asked for, and she hates it.
Yeah, we're going to keep in touch. Like, we're on good terms.
Absolutely.
And we're still pretty, like, affectionate. Like, it does feel different, but, like the hearts in...
Give it a day or two, he'll be gone.
The emojis have changed in our talking, from hearts to, like, flowers. But...
To block
signs.
signs.
Okay, it was hard. I did a lot of crying, and now I'm just, like... I have to focus on my new life. And then...
Excuse me, coffee went down the wrong pipe.
Now she's in. Weird, babes. My problem is I have to commit to a whole, life of celibacy. Because,
what?
I'm attracted to, men that look like Salah. I like dark hair, Arab-looking beard, hairy chest, tall, kind of controlling, that kind of thing. So...
I realise this is going to sound very awful of me, but I don't think your life of celibacy is going to require a level of commitment. My apologies. But given that we have evidence that she bought her way into a number of her previous relationships, be them temporary or longer, and she's currently pretty broke. She's actually actively in debt, but her income is a lot lower now. She can't afford to buy anyone else. I don't think you're gonna have to try so hard for this.
Oh, I cannot do that because then I'll end up getting married again. And you know the rule, and you know the drill.
I think we know the drill a little better than you do.
One day I just had a fit where there was just so many things that were annoying about like our situation. Like the electric wasn't on or something, I don't know. And
I think I remember her talking about this, and all we could say at the time was like, you remember when he told you actively don't come, you won't like it here? It's almost as if she should have listened.
I felt really like we were arguing more because like he didn't understand that I just wanted to be alone most of the time. And it was hard getting used to being social. Like I had no social battery left and big cultural clashes. And we were arguing more and I was just like losing my mind. I was like literally freaking out. And I just like, before this escalates and turns very ugly, like I can't be here. Like I can't live here.
She was doing that as an ultimatum to get what she wants, I'm guessing, and she was hoping he would grovel a little bit, and that's not what happened. Then, to be honest, I think if he had grovelled, she would have enjoyed it and she might have lasted longer because she was getting everything she wanted without having to fight for it. But eventually the lure of the nashies would have been too much. She was just too uncomfortable on a day-to-day level. See, from the side there, that's what I mean by the harshness of colour. You can see her own colour isn't as dark as the box dye. And I feel if she'd gone for something a little bit lighter, she would have gotten away with more.
Let's wait for him to go because I don't want him to see me. Shut up. And I know, yes, I'm a big dishonor. But like, that's the thing. I don't want to feel like a fucking dishonor. You know, just because I laugh at tuba farts. They're fucking funny. I'm sorry, but I can't be part of a culture that doesn't find flatulence funny.
Well, you're not part of his culture, so you don't need to worry about that.
But I love it. They were very nice, yes. Yeah, teardrop, but it just wasn't for me. Sorry, anyways. First of all, this is like everything I dreamed of. The whole trip, I kept thinking, only 30 more hours till I get to be high and talking to beezers and eating fucking nachos. Only 20 hours until I get to be high.
I hope to the people who donated, as she was begging online for food and shelter, that you knew you were just buying her weed habit at this point. And that is where the money will continue to go. Because her standard of life deserves fast food and drugs. Even if you yourself might have been struggling a little bit and like, no, she needs, I'll give some money. Not to put anything onto the Beezers, because I think anyone who donated to her, there's enough evidence of her online that it was a pretty stupid idea. But it's your money, do what you want with it. But when we heard her tirade about how much everything costs, and God forbid you do anything fun, she feels entitled to those luxuries, despite the fact that she's not using her money to pay for them.
Hello. You can turn that right? But I feel bad for him, like.
So this is her BK.
It's nothing now. I'm sorry. Whoa. Jeez.
How many did she buy?
Oh, Canada.
Oh,
Can you believe it's a nashi? Okay, here we go.
Oh my god. It's been a while since we've seen a shot like this. A very common sight of Foodie with sauce all over her face. God forbid she not messy eat.
Oh my god. Did someone sing a hymn or something? Okay, so here's what I did. Got to the hotel, got undressed, had a hot shower, ordered a bunch of weed, ordered Burger King, wet life. When you eat pork now, hey Lola! Probably. Yes. Hey Julie, would I still take the hijab off if he didn't do the divorce papers? Honestly, as long as I was married to him, I was willing to wear it.
Nah, she wouldn't have lasted. Not if she wasn't going back.
You explained the marriage was their loophole. No, there wasn't a loophole. Everything I said about the marriage was 100% true. I never lied.
You said it was a loophole! Loophole was your word, that's why it was funny. I'm not going to go into all the details, it was a long time ago and there's a lot of videos on it. But the timeline of her marriage couldn't have made sense. You can go back, you can watch the old videos, I will never believe it. I will believe a temporary marriage, if it came to it, but And even at the time where it was fresher in her memory, she couldn't explain what she'd done.
I don't know anything of that. Celestial Ahmad. Yeah, but he's like, I'm not going to block people. I don't think he said he can't watch me without a hijab, so he doesn't.
Take your ex-husband off your mod list. You unmodded people you actually liked for him when you put him on there. Or is she just scared that if she unmods him, she's really cutting the cord?
What happened in Kuwait with the cat? You said you were forced to put the cat back. Oh, yeah. So, remember I was, like, mouthing off to, like, people, like, F you. I think there was, like...
Yes.
You know, and because I'm like, you're stupid.
I remember you calling Allah's wife a sharmuta. I remember you claiming that she was doing inappropriate things with 4 men who lived with her, being kind of racist about it. You said a lot more than F you.
There's no way I'm going to get in trouble. So we bring the cat back. No, sorry, we're bringing the cat, like, after the vet clinic there to the apartment. And we pull up to our parking lot, and there's this, like, Rolls Royce, and, like, right there. And there was this guy that came out. He's like, we're talking, laughing, getting the cat out. This guy comes up to us, and he's talking to Salah, or me and Salah. I can't remember what his first fucking words were, but he was, like, mouthing off about, like, you stole a cat from the park. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking? I started mouthing off, like, you're not supposed to do that there. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, who are you? Go away. Like, what's your business? Is that, like, fuck off? And I was, like, mouthing off. You know how I do.
Yeah, we know.
Not. So anyways, he's like, oh yeah? Sit and spin? All this other stuff. Like, he was mad that I was, like, swearing and stuff like that on camera.
I have a question about this because I don't understand that as a timeline. So you're saying you're coming back from the park where you found this kitten, you're unloading it, and there is rando guy in a Rolls Royce who was watching your live and knew where you lived? That fails the common sense test. How would he know where you lived? How would he know to come talk to you? Either you knew the guy, maybe someone in Salah's family, maybe his dad, that's all speculation. Or this didn't happen, because that's asking a lot of coincidence.
So, then you have to find out it's like a Kuwaiti guy that works in, like, the internet fucking business or something.
A Kuwaiti guy who works in the internet business. Those well-known internet business Kuwaiti guys who happened to be watching your stream, knew where you lived, and came to your house to have a fight with you over it. Your lies are getting lazier.
But, like, you know, he's like, do you know how many, like, reports I got from you? Like, people are fucking harassing me every day. He's like, I have my phone on me, I see a fucking message from one of your haters, and he's like, let me tell you, all these years you've been here, I've ignored it, like, whatever. But he's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't want you to stop doing content in Kuwait. You know? He's like,
Okay, so is it Salah's dad? It's somebody that the haters were able to contact. I'm not saying you should do that. But direct contact, it's clearly somebody in Salah's family. And she's saying it's a he, so his dad, I guess? The family gave an ultimatum in Kuwait, perhaps?
kind of mad that I'm forced to watch it. I fucking laughed. So he's like, but it would be in your best interest to return the cat. You don't want problems for yourself. Some of these organizations are nuts. Yeah. Pause. So I'm like, okay, I'll stop swearing. He's like, because swearing, he's like, you're not in Canada. Like, Canada, like, you don't have freedom of speech here. And I'm like, yeah, clearly. And I'm like...
No, you don't. There's public immorality. I might say fuck on my video. I can do that. But I couldn't go into the middle of a mall, into the middle of a park and start screaming obscenities. I'm guessing this is someone in Salah's family. That's the only explanation to me that makes sense. And in person and in public, which if they're outside of our house this would be, she's swearing at him, and I'm guessing raising her voice. Yeah, that is something that she can get in trouble for.
I respect that. I'm sorry. Like, I honestly legit apologize for disrespecting their culture with swearing. Because it's not right. Like, you should follow their rules. You're there.
Not for anything she did in the hijab that she shouldn't have done. Like, when she used to get high in it last time she came to Canada. But the swearing is the issue.
And they've always been nice to me, so... Anyway, he was actually nice in the end and just advised me to just watch my mouth. Like, in public. Like, that's, you know? Like, publicly. And so, he's like, it's in your best interest. He's like, to return the cat. And Salah was, like, insisting. He's like, you know what? We're returning the cat. And I was like, no, we're not. I'm like, look at this kitten. The kitten was curled up in the carrier, sleeping peacefully.
Again, the issue wasn't that she took a cat. The issue was that she asked for donations online for it, which is illegal.
And we were going to go put it back. Like, he wanted to go put it back. And then I didn't think that the cat had a mother. Like, I really didn't. I thought it was just, like, an abandoned because the condition of the cat's out there. Well, it turned out, yeah, the mom was there. So I was happy about that. But then I was like, you know what? And then the next day when Paws did their whole shit thing, I'm like, you know what? I'm not staying here. You're right. I can't promise I will control my mouth. I don't know if I can or not, you know?
Oh, I don't think she could have at all. Oh, it's interesting though. That had to have been a family member. That was something I didn't really think about when I was listening through the first time. Tea.
I booked a fucking ticket like that day to leave.
Yep.
That's the story.
And just when the family thought they'd gotten rid of you.
Super rich guy in a Rolls Royce.
Nah.
Like advised us. And like, I'm sure...
There's no way. A rando super rich guy in a Rolls Royce happened to park up right where we were parked, who knew your history, who had been contacted by haters.
You're watching, because it's hard to stop watching when you start watching, because it's such a train wreck. And, you know, I don't hold any grudges against that person. They're actually really nice. Like, they were warm. He's like, he didn't have to do that. He could have literally just got me in so much shit. But he did. He was really nice about it. And I didn't want to, like, out the situation in case he didn't want me to. But I'm in the land of the free, and I can say what I want, baby. Yeah. We weren't, like, banned or anything from there, but it was heading that way, probably.
Yeah, she's self-deported before she could be real deported.
I don't know. The Rolls Royce guy said haters, yeah. Yep, I have a rental car. The fuck is this? Is this a ripoff?
That was an edible. There is a point where her voice and her eyes start to get a lot more glazed. She has this really kind of weirdly airy quality to her voice when she gets very high. It was very familiar back in the Villa days.
Okay, I just had 20 milligrams. Should I eat another candy?
No.
He sent me a text. He sent me a message on WhatsApp with a picture close up of the, you know, the card he gave me that says Shantel forever with the little face, the potato face. He's like, you forgot this, why?
I thought she'd already told that story. Am I? Am I having a stroke? What's happening?
That's it. I don't regret the experience, you know. Julia coming to Canada. Okay, well, I have two choices. I can go back to Syria one day and get her.
She's not going to be welcome, but she's trying to keep her foot in that door despite the fact they've done everything to close it in her face.
Then she'll have to travel. It'll be the same situation, so...
Yeah.
Or I hire a temp place, which will take... It's going to be like a few thousand, so I'll have to save up.
I figured for like a door-to-door service of that nature, she could easily pay 10,000 Canadian, especially if it's a breed that might find it difficult to fly. So when she says, I'll have to save up, what she actually means is it'll either never happen or I'll just beg for money from my visas again.
All right, I did something you guys are going to hate me for, but you have to listen how necessary it was, okay?
Not necessary.
And you have nothing to worry about.
I know what's coming.
I got a rebound cat. The pain and suffering I'm going through not having Julia.
I am comfortable with you suffering. You are an adult living with the consequences of your decision. A cat doesn't need to go through that.
You have nothing to worry about, really, okay?
Yeah.
I'm here for good.
Just because you don't care about the welfare of cats doesn't mean no one else does.
It was really, actually, like, really impulsive, but I already paid for it. I can't do anything about it.
Excuse you. You couldn't, I wouldn't want her to go to a shelter and get any cat because she wouldn't give a cat a good home. But if you paid for it, you can get a refund on it.
I was in the lounge, like, literally crying at the thought of coming to a house without a cat in it.
She claims she's been back for a few hours at this point, though. So when did she have time to do that? And bear in mind, last time when she came and got smoky, she was like, oh, I didn't realise how depressed I was going to get. I didn't realise how hard this was going to be. I can't take care of myself, let alone a cat. Nothing's changed there. I think she's just thought, well, it's pretty sure that Pete's is going to move in at some point so he can deal with it. Because Pete's obviously took great care of Timbit, and therefore both of them should be trusted with another pet.
I'm not going to abandon Julia. She's with her dad. She's happy with her dad. And if I can get her in like a year or two, I will. Here comes.
I'm not even worried about that. You're too lazy to arrange that anyway. I'm worried about the cat you're gonna get.
I'm saying it again. Unsubscribe. She's gonna be well taken care of. I'm gonna be already looking for her to get spayed and everything. She's too young to be spayed right now. I have to pick a name. She's so cute. I saw her face and I was just like, I fell in love with it. Like, it's...
I don't care. Cats are cute. Shantel should not have a cat. She can't take care of herself. She can't take care of a pet.
It's like the cutest cat I ever saw in my life. And I'm not going to be traveling. I'm staying put.
Yeah, but you're a terrible pet owner.
Life with me and this cat. And like if Pete ends up moving in.
Yeah, that's what she's relying on.
I shouldn't have. I know realistically, I shouldn't have, but then I'm like, why not? Like, I'm literally not going to travel.
Why not? Because you traveling wasn't the issue. The issue was, in fact, you staying.
You know? There's no way. I know she's not a collectible. I never think of them that way. It's just the way it turned out. Like, Smokey, I've only had him for like a week. Like, he wasn't attached to me.
Wait, I don't know if she explains this in more detail because I was too busy rolling my eyes back in my head when I heard this at first. But how did this just come about? You would have had to seek this out.
And he has a better home now. So it's fine. I make sure that they're taken care of, you
That's
know?
a
Like,
low
Julia
bar.
loves Stella. She probably loves him more than me, so.
Probably.
But I'm not going to leave this cat, and I'm going to try to get Julia. I tried to get Sam, but he's happy. She's too young, though, to get spayed yet. If I got a boy cat, I would name him Lucifer. Okay, how did I neglect it's BBJ and Sam?
This is the bit that I was rolling my eyes at. I'll try and cut out her excuses again because she has been through them ad nauseum. We know them. She neglected her cats.
And Smokey, I've had him for 7 days. It didn't work out. I rehomed him to a better family, so what's the problem? You think it was like ruining his life? Julia is with her dad, so there's no problem. This cat will stay with me. No, the only time I've ever dealt with a cat's nail look after it sooner than Sam. His nails were not overgrown. It was just BBJ. I was out of country for 3 months, and she was with Pete's, and
God, this is giving like I'm eating a burger and someone's walking past my car. These are shifty eyes. But Pete's, who couldn't check for that and make the vet appointment and do whatever he needed to do, can now be trusted to care for this cat because she wants to say this is my cat, but she doesn't want to care for it. Like, the two of them together do not equal one good cat owner.
Doing a live video with Salah to get the dirt. He would never. You know why he would never, number one? Because there's no dirt on me.
I need you all to save this clip. Yeah.
Any dirt he'll tell you about would be physical. Nothing figurative, so.
What?
Nope, I never removed the glass. It's gone now somewhere in my body.
I'm sure that won't come back to bite her.
I don't need to see no ladle. That would be his teeth. So she barfed and... What was I supposed to remove it with? Don't even talk about it. That's like one of the most awful things. Ugh.
And you shared it on the internet because you were desperate for content.
I would get food poisoning a lot there. Like a fucking lot.
Yeah. You never learned anything from that.
I would just wake up and run to the washroom, and when I come back, Salah's playing his game on the sofa, and he's just like, sick again? Like, did you eat something you shouldn't have? Like, did you get, like, sick again? Like, you know.
The answer is always yes. Just a bag of moldy olives.
Yep. So, yeah, tomorrow I gotta go shopping. Sleep stream? Okay. No, the money I raised went to my rent deposit, which was, like, a lot of money, because rent's expensive.
So if we're taking, what, 2,200 as her rent, so 4,400 would have gone to first and last.
Then, the flight home.
Which I think we worked out was about 600, and then she kept making changes, so maybe 1,000.
I have no furniture. So from Amazon, I ordered a floor mattress. All these things were affordable. A 7-piece bed in a bag.
Compared to what?
Portable bidet. Hair fibers. Hairspray.
I couldn't have kept the hijab on one more day while she got everything in place. Had to buy the hair fibers.
Portable hair fibers, which is equally as important. I'm getting the cat. So I gotta go to the pet store and buy her a little blanket, a cat carrier, food dish, water dish.
Funding another animal to neglect. Congratulations, Beezers.
And I picked a girl cat because when I get Julia back, they can get along.
Where did she pick this animal? Because if she's paid for it, she's bought it from somewhere.
I got a female cat that is calm just like her.
How do you know? It's a kitten and you've never met it.
So her name is Juice. What something related to
Juliet was Juice. What are you talking about?
Julia, like for the... I was gonna name her after my grandma, Audrey. I like the name Audrey. Do you think I should name the cat Audrey? She's a kitten, yeah. I don't care for the cat, even if I don't care about my...
I like food names for animals. I think it's the cutest.
I care for myself. I bathe and stuff. Oh, wait.
No, you don't. We've seen multiple examples of your terrible hygiene. You don't keep your area clean when left to your own devices, and you use your mental health as an excuse every second of the day. Add that to the fact that you're already on gummies, you're not going to do shit.
Overweight and have an eating problem, yes, but I am going to get my life in order. I already have a plan for that.
When?
So,
the day you die, the fire at the crematorium will take care of everything.
don't worry. But most of all, I care more about the cats, probably, than I do about myself. Like,
Wasn't the case for Smokey.
You know, something in my care versus how I care for myself are two different things.
Yeah.
And honestly,
So go back and watch your videos about Smokey.
that's why I think this went on for 3 years, because a part of me was proud that I was fulfilling some kind of role that pleased somebody. You know what I mean?
I don't think you were pleasing anybody. I think you are difficult to live with on your best day. You are demanding, you are entitled. You're mad as a box of frogs. You're impulsive when you're in a good mood, and you're psychotic when you're in a bad one.
I didn't go to the Damascus because I'm too fat and unhealthy to walk around. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off.
I thought the beauty of being back in Canada is that she could keep the camera on, because this was the whole point. But you could hear in her voice then, like, the gummies starting to hit, and I think maybe that's why she turned it off.
Julia's microchipped, has a better passport than most of y'all.
I beg to differ, but it's got a better passport than your husband.
I said a cat, but it was not like, it was like $30. Or no.
Okay, $30. Well, I can't not get a cat now. I won't get a refund. Yes, please adopt instead, but $30, but I can't possibly change my mind on this cat now. I've paid for it. You've spent more on gummies and nashies in the last hour or two than you did on this cat. Let it have a good life elsewhere.
25, sorry. Yeah, $25. I don't mean this in a mean way, but like being with an Arab Muslim man is demanding. Like,
I have to like get up and they expect me to like clean, not shit myself in public. I don't know, it's just too much.
you don't mind doing it because you love them, right? So like, because I loved him so much, I wanted to make him happy.
Don't talk to me!
So I would try,
Forever.
I would be someone that I'm not really, you know? And I was tired of feeling like if I don't do this, I'll feel inadequate and like I would have like insecurities and I'm like, I don't want.
Your insecurities are your issue. And if you're making them other people's issues, that is a reason to go and find other ways to cope with them.
Insecurities. I don't want to feel like, a certain way because of certain things. I wasn't allowed to smile at men, other men. And
You didn't see other men. You saw his family. Those were the only people you saw. Go get some therapy.
I would say that's a Salah thing. It's not. So don't just judge him. That's 100% a cultural thing because there's even a Syrian singer, who says like, you will not smile at any other men while you're with me and stuff like that. And if somebody asks like who you are, I'll say you're in my name. It's like what? So it's like it's part of a cultural thing on some sides of it. Okay guys, I'm falling asleep, so I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, right? See y'all. Good night.
Bye. Falling into her first weed stupor. Alright guys, and that is Chantel's first one back. We'll see how much of the other stuff we'll see. She'll be moving in the next couple of days, so hopefully we'll get more content, more information. And when we do, I'll see you then. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.